Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture Entertainment. This is the finale of Pop Culture Entertainment, everyone. Um, I'm going to quickly explain what's going to happen. The first part of this video is just going to be a regular video, but then at the end of the video, uh, we're just going to talk a little bit about the future, I guess. But for now, I just want to make a cool video. Anyway, today we are looking at 3 custom Transformers and 1 real Transformer. The official Optimus Prime, which we will be taking a look at later. But we also have 3 Transformers here, my custom mini Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, and this guy, whose name is Axcel. But for all intents and purposes, he is Sickle version 2. I just never loved that name. And I think Axel works a little bit better. Originally, I was like, there's no way that's not name that's been used already, but from what I found, it is not. So anyway, we'll start off. We'll look at Axel a little bit later, probably to end it off. But for now, we can take a look at Optimus and Bumblebee. Looking at them side by side, you can see they look pretty good in their vehicle modes. Based on vehicle modes, I think Bumblebee is my personal favorite. I think I was just able to fit more detail in, and I'm not exactly sure why, but something about the Optimus Prime looks really off to me. I think it's partly the windows, where it's like if they had like a red outline on these pieces, it would have looked better, but they didn't, so there isn't. I think we'll start with Bumblebee. I simply think Optimus has a better transformation. Now, looking specifically at Bumblebee, as I said, I think the car works a little bit better than the truck. I feel like I've managed to get all the details in there, and it looks, I mean, obviously not clean. Would have looked cleaner from a bigger scale, but I feel like I got all the details in. I feel like despite looking like a nice car, it's a bit chunky, which kind of makes it seem like it wouldn't be Bumblebee. He's usually like a Camaro in the movies, at least, which is what I was more emulating. It's not really a real car design though, but it is a bit chunky. That is really my only complaint though. I've got all the details in. Black stripe down the middle, headlights, taillights. Even the bottom looks quite clean. He's got all 4 wheels in, and he's even got like rear view mirrors. He's got the back window, he's got the front windshield. It looks quite good. Anyway, let's just get on to transformation. To start off, we're going to come to his back wheels and just pull them down. These will be the feet eventually, but for now we want to get them out of the way. We can just swing out the foot like so. Next, you're going to want to come to these pieces, which will be his arm. You have to swing them out on this Among Us clip. That's what everyone usually calls it, which can sometimes cause things to pop off. I think the best way to do it is to fold his hand like this and get your finger into the gray piece. But that can be quite hard. Make sure the top isn't going to fall off either. And you have this weird crab car now. Anyway, next you're going to come to these front pieces again and swing them forward. And then come to the back, pull out the head, and swing this top all the way around, like so. You can bring down the legs, push down the head, and then push the shoulders back into place. Next, push the wheels through there and push the waist together. Next, we'll finish the legs by twisting not his leg, off. Just trying to twist this around on stud friction to be his feet, which can break off sometimes. But as long as you're careful and not dumb, it should work out. Next, we'll come to the arms. First of all, take his hand and just rotate it around. And then you can do a couple things with the arms, I guess, depending on how long you want his arms to be. I think it works best if you feed the corner of this into there, which then kind of limits it around there. And then like so. Quickly do the same thing on the other side. Break his arm off, I guess. And then finally, you're going to come to this back panel and just twist it around. And then I just like to angle his rear view mirrors upward. And then he is a little bit difficult to get standing. But besides that, there is Bumblebee in his robot mode. I think in this mode he looks quite good. I've got all the details in for the most part. I feel like the most obvious thing you guys are going to realize is missing is his wings. But I really had no room in this design to fit him in. It did really feel wrong without the wings. So for display reasons, I built these. Just some simple wing looking things that actually attach to his rear view mirrors. It is kind of funny though, because I never intended to have the headlights, but because of me wanting wings, I could put them in, which is nice. I think he looks quite good with that, even if it's technically cheating. But oh well. We'll quickly go through articulation. His wings are just forward and back, and I guess you could wiggle them on these clips, but they look best like this anyway. His legs aren't the best. It's mostly just forward, about that far, backward, about that far, no knee joint, and then you can use this transformation joint to give him a kind of awkward ankle, and I guess you could twist it on stud friction if you wanted to, but as you saw, that makes his legs pop off. Next, go on to his arms. Quite simple, where forward and backward, just on this black clip, and then some shoulders. Just lets him raise his arm. Usually only about that far. This piece can get in the way a lot of the times, but if you work around it, you probably could get his arm all the way up like so. And then just this elbow or wrist, probably elbow. I guess you could also twist his hand on stud friction, but I don't want to break him again. Finally, the head. He cannot look down or to either side, and you might think with this clip he can look up at least, but that kind of breaks any illusion of him having a neck. This yellow piece is meant to be part of the chest, with then the silver stud being his actual neck, meaning his head is just two pieces, but it still looks quite good for the scale, but moving his head at all kind of breaks that illusion, so I prefer to just keep it down. I guess you could angle it up slightly and then get him into like a kind of cool action pose. That's probably the best you're going to get though. This is probably how I'll have him displayed. If you wanted to, you could also stick another yellow stud in there, which would allow you to fill out the bottom a bit more and have him look up, which I, once again, might do for display reasons. I just don't have another yellow piece right here. Anyway, let's do some quick size comparison. Here he is with a minifigure, Batman, of course. Here he is with Optimus Prime. We'll take a look at the robot modes later, and we'll show him with big Optimus Prime later too. And then, because this is the final pop culture entertainment video, I guess we'll throw in Lucario as well. Maybe if he makes an appearance, this video will get 1,000 views too. Maybe he's my lucky charm. I don't know. Finally, for Bumblebee, we can take a look at his weapons. I've got a couple, not just weapons, accessories in general. First of all, I built him just a tiny, simple radio. I don't know why. I guess he could use it though. Next, I built him this mask, kind of inspired by the movie version. It just sits over his head, and yeah, it looks kind of dumb, but I built it, so move that out of the way. Anyway, for actual weapons, first of all, we have his arm cannons, once again inspired by the movie version. These just have this minifigure grip that just lets them, come on. There we go. I don't know why that was so tight. Slide to his hand. Here's another one with a firing piece. Like, break his back off. So, he looks quite good holding those, I think. But then his other weapon that I might actually prefer are his stinger swords. Pretty simple design, but I think they look quite good for the scale. And then those simply clip into his hands as well. And I'm quite proud of this build, even if they're small. I'll probably keep him with one sword and one blaster in cannon, whatever, in display mode. But he looks quite good with, I built 2 of each anyway. He looks quite good with those. Grab those. Anyway, that's about it for Bumblebee. So let's take a look at Prime. Overall, Prime, he has a better robot mode, but once again, as I said, I do not love how this truck looks. I'm proud of some things, like I managed to fill out the back even if these pieces are a bit hard, but I did do some sacrifices to get that, like these missile pieces in the side. His arms also aren't hidden at all, which is kind of annoying, but I don't mind it as much because they still have a cool transformation. I managed to get all the details in. He's got the front grille, he's got the windows, he's got the smokestacks, he's even got the fuel tanks at the bottom. It looks quite good for the bottom, and unlike Bumblebee where you can see the head poking out the bottom, his head is completely hidden, which I am quite proud of. That was my main goal with doing this. He does have some awkward colors. I wish these Among Us clips came in red. These in gray kind of stick out a bit. And then just some more gray down here. And these blue hinges, I originally had them as gray, but all my gray hinges are so weak it couldn't support the shoulder. So I found these blue ones that were really stiff, which helps hold up his mass, but it does kind of sacrifice in robot mode. Though it also does kind of make him look like he has rear view mirrors. They're just way too far down. He does have headlights, however he does not have tail lights. Probably could have just stuck 2 red studs to the bottom, but it would have looked weird. But I probably could have shoved them in these pieces too. In fact, I probably should have, but it's a little too late for that now. Anyway, overall, the truck is fine. The transformation is very hard and likes to fall apart, so please have patience with me. Oh, size comparison. Here he is with a minifigure. Batman, once again. Or you could just fall. That's cool too. Bring back in Lucario, I guess. And, why not? Dragonite. You're so tall you don't even fit in the camera anymore. Anyway, let's just transform this. And once again, please be patient with me. This is such a weak transformation. It falls apart if you hold it the wrong way. To start off, I like to come to the top and just slide these panels over. These will kind of just be the shoulders, but they allow his head to pop out a little bit. Give me 1 second just to move the pieces out of the way. There we go. Next, we'll come to the arms. The arms might be my favorite part, but also my least favorite part because they're the only thing that makes this not a G1 transformation. Anyway, come to the arms, swing them upwards like this, and then on that gray piece, which luckily gets hidden in robot mode, it sticks out the shoulder a little bit more, and then you can rotate that Among Us clip, and pull down his arm. I've tried to transform this on camera so many times, this is the first time I have not broken the shoulder. Next we'll come to this back panel, fold it out, and then just fold this red piece down. This piece is annoying because it kind of transforms awkwardly, but it fills out the back so much that I think it's worth it. And there's the arm. Quickly try to do it on the other side. Hope I don't break it. And I broke it. Like so. And then we basically have a torso on wheels. Now, in order to line his legs up and pop his head out, this might be my favorite part of the transformation, but it's also a bit finicky. Of course, the arms kind of block it too. Anyway, there's some hinges in here. You're going to fold it back like this, and then grab his legs, and break it. Anyway, grab his legs, and then trying to keep everything out of the way. Of course I break it. It's a jumper plate like so. Just hooks into one of those studs and allows you to twist it around. It just breaks often because it's a one stud connection. Let me get him farther from the camera. Pop his head back in because it popped off. And then when you get to about here, you fold the waist forward and you have another hinge like so, which gets these wheels out of the way and allows them to line up on the back. Anyway, come down to his legs, fold it so his leg, he can stand of course. And then you slide out his legs. Compared to everything else, his legs are pretty simple, but I wanted to keep them simple because that makes them stiff. That's just about it, except for his head, and I always break it on the head. Just going to, this is basically just its storage mode, but these pieces pop up like his ears or helmet sides, whatever you want to call them, and then you just need to rotate this piece. I did it without breaking it, guys. And here we have my Optimus Prime. Now, it's not quite G1 or any real transformation. It is completely custom. Break it, of course. It's got a lot of 1 and 2 stud connections, which makes them fall apart easily. And the hard thing is, I feel like his legs, connected to the back, pop off the most, and every time I try and put them back in, I squeeze it like this because it's the only way to put it back on, and I just crumble the chest. It's very sad. Anyway, here is Prime if he'll stand. I guess I'm holding his leg. Anyway, size comparison. Here he is with Lucario. Here he is with Batman, obviously still not in scale. And then here he is. Whoa, that was close. If he falls over like that, his entire chest will shatter, by the way. Here he is with Bumblebee. I still think the size is pretty good between these two, where Prime's obviously a lot taller, but that's how it usually is. Anyway, he also has a couple weapons. Sorry. We can take a quick look at those. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. I was inspired to build this when the official one was revealed, and weapons-based, I kind of went off of the weapons the official one has. So to start off, we have his little blaster, which is inspired by the real one's blaster. You can see I got the basic shape in there, just without the gray, and I think it looks quite good. Once again, this obviously isn't a GM1 Prime, but this is just what I based the weapons off of. It just has another Black Among Us clip. Just peg that into his hand, and then maybe he'll stand with it. I think he looks quite good holding it. In order to make it fire, I have one of these pieces that I just peg in like that, and I think it looks quite good. Please stand. Come on, buddy. Oh, there, he can rest on his gun laser. Next, or I guess finally, he only has two weapons, is his Energon axe, inspired by the real one. I'm really happy I found one of these translucent axe blade pieces. I believe this is from a Lego Nexo Knight set. Focus. There we go. I think it looks quite good. And then I'm proud that it's made almost entirely of orange pieces. It's just this golden Among Us clip, but it blends in pretty well. If it came in orange or even translucent orange, I would have used it, but yeah. Anyway, for this one, just like the official one, you have to take off his hand, and then it just sits over his arm like so. And he looks quite good with that, I'd say. I am quite proud of how he looks. Let me grab Bumblebee, and we can get a quick group shot. Future Tanner, please edit this out. And here we have just a quick group shot of the two. I think they look quite good with each other. Anyway. Put them off to the side. Oh, should probably get some. We did size comparison. Despite doing this for 3 years now, I am still not a good YouTuber, guys. I don't think I'm even, like, technically a YouTuber. Anyway, the official Lego Optimus Prime is really, really cool. My camera is going to have such a hard time showing this because it's so freaking big. When this thing showed up, I was so excited. I built it. I knew I wanted to review it, and I built every other review on camera, so I don't know why I didn't show this one, and I also threw away the box. Or not threw away. I don't know where it is. Anyway, let me set up my camera a little bit. This is such a scuffed camera setup. You guys can't see it, but There we go. I think this looks incredible. So, once again, as I've said, I'm a bad YouTuber. This is actually my third time like going through and doing this all. I've been trying to make it as short as I possibly could, and I'm definitely on pace for that. But I'm still gonna go kind of quick with this. I feel like other people have better things to say. I love this thing. It's absolutely incredible. Both modes are great, and it doesn't look, there's not a lot of transformation details in this, which is, it's G1, it's a pretty simple design, but overall I have no complaints. I've heard some people complain like about certain parts of this, but I don't really think any of them are valid. It's tall, it's big, it's expensive, but it's Lego. I think all of the accessories look great. I think it looks great. I do have a few problems with it, but I feel like my only problem in robot mode is these like kind of awkward gaps in the side. But that's just about it. The rest of this looks incredible. Funnily enough, my biggest complaint about this was how weak the leg joints were, where my legs kept popping off every time I tried to make them stand. And I was confused because I never saw anybody else bring this up. And then I realized I was stupid and I didn't actually build it right. So I went and shoved the pins in there, and now his legs are super secure. Anyway, I'm going to transform this and do my best to get it on camera. I'm going to have to hold the camera once it's stood up though. So don't expect this to be a good look at the transformation. Start by holding this up. The instructions show how to transform it. Sometimes it's like, I don't listen exactly what the instructions say. Like folding this up like this keeps it out of the way until the very end. So I like to do that. I guess actually we can start off by, popping off this piece. I don't really think this is bad as parts forming, because this piece you could keep on in truck mode and it doesn't look that bad, and you could keep this on in robot mode and it wouldn't look that bad. So I think it's fine. I know that was another big complaint. Come down here, fold his hands up. I like how hidden his hands are. And then fold out his arms. I do like that there's like pegs in, which keeps this secure. I think technically instructions tell you to wait on the arms until it's standing, but I think it's easier to just do it now. These printed pieces on the shoulders, one on each shoulder, and there's also one on the jetpack we'll take a look at later, are incredible. I might use one for future mocks. I've heard other people say these are going to be great for future mocks. I think they're really cool pieces, and I like how many printed pieces this has compared to stickers. We'll find where that goes a little bit later. Anyway, here's the part where we stand him up. Oh, there it goes. Legs. This thing is quite tall. And then, as you heard me say, we can fold this down now, right at the end. Fix his waist real quick. And then finally, fold around this absolutely spectacular head. I love how this looks. Alright, and here we have the full Optimus Prime done. I guess I could pull his arms down a bit more now. There we go. There is official Optimus Prime in his robot mode. I'm gonna be honest, guys, this might be my favorite Lego set that I've ever owned. I will keep this thing on display for the rest of my life. Technically, it'll be the first non-Marvel or Star Wars set on display. I don't buy a lot of sets outside of those, and I only really keep a lot of the really big ones on display, or my favorite ones, because I'm dumb. But this thing is going on display forever. I'm sorry if I'm like mumbling. I don't have words for this, guys. This makes me so freaking happy. I just love how it looks. I'm in awe. This thing's incredible, guys. I love it. Anyway, to look at some size comparison. Batman barely goes up to his foot. Sorry, I have like all the other builds off to the side. Lucario, I guess, gets almost to his knee. The tallest build I have right here is Dragonite, who doesn't even get past his legs. This dude's really freaking tall. And for basically just being one build, it's quite impressive. I don't have a lot of complaints about this. I know people don't like the knees, but I think it's fine because I'm not going to be bending his knees a lot. I'm probably going to keep him on display anyway. I think his head looks great. I think the printed pieces are incredible. We can look at some of his accessories. Like, you can open up his chest, and he has the Matrix of Leadership inside. Simple build, but it looks quite good for the scale. And then we can take a look at his weapons. First of all, his blaster. This build is absolutely insane. It's a lot of fun to build. I like how it works. To get it to attach to his hand, he can't actually hold it. What you actually do is these two studs right here, or here, you have peg into here. His thumb can kind of get in the way with that sometimes. I'm scared to do this one-handed. And he looks quite good with that. His other accessory, as I showed earlier, is the axe, his weapon, I guess. This one's a bit harder. As I said, you have to take off his hand. Please don't break. He's not fragile, but I'm worried I'm gonna knock him backwards with the fork. Here, I'm putting the camera down. I'm scared I'm gonna knock him backwards and he's gonna fall and freaking die. Another thing I don't like about this is his hands are like connected. I could easily fix this by just taking off this piece, but I do find it weird that they didn't want to give him individual fingers. Anyway, now that his hand is off, fold this piece down, take his axe, and this is also going to be kind of hard to do without looking. There's two holes in there somewhere. There we go. That rod just connects in. And I think the axe looks quite good. I feel like this is incredible. I can't think of anything I want to change about this personally. He also comes with a cube of Energon. I've heard some people say we should have got like 3 or 4 of these, and that would have been nice. And lastly is the jetpack. Put down the camera for a second while I turn him around. The jetpack kind of felt like cheating, but I don't mind it. basically the back is probably what he looks worst as. It's just a little bit gappy with how the transformation works and how they needed the head to transform. But the jetpack does kind of fix that problem. Just those two clips here, these two clips here. I'm putting you guys down again. And that really fixes up the back quite good. I'll definitely keep it on for display. And boom, there he is with everything. We can take a look at him compared to my Optimus Prime. He's obviously way smaller, but they have the same weapons and the same general shape, I guess. This one definitely is better and has a better head though. I think for the rest of this video, we'll just shove him... Oh. Yeah, Matrix, you can still keep open. You can't really get that pose where he holds it above his head, but he can hold his chest open. I'm just not going to take off all his weapons right now. Put you guys down. I think we'll put him just in the back there for now. Well, we take a look at the final thing I have for you guys today. Axcel, or Sickle version 2. I don't like the name Sickle. It's not a bad name for a Transformer, it just didn't fit him. I should have if you want to name something Sickle that turns into a motorcycle, he should have a scythe or something. But anyway, here he is. He looks quite good. Kind of reimagined him as a stunt cycle, like something someone would use at like one of those stunt shows. He looks quite good. I like that I got like all the details in. He's like this. He's like the back seat, or like the exhaust. He's got the handlebars. He's got the front wheel, which isn't actually a wheel. He's got the back wheels, which is actually wheels. And I feel like it has a simple transformation, similar to the original, but it still looks quite good. Size comparison, I would say this is about in minifigure scale. There's just no way you can really make a minifigure ride this. That's a problem with brick-built motorcycles in general, however. That's why the official ones are just designed to have them ride it, but you can't really make them ride this. So the original Sickle and the other ones, there was, I can't remember their names, like Darabone, Zeebolt, Leox, and Rax, I think. I had a story written out for them, and I want to tell that story still, of course, but, you know, change it up still. There were some silly things I did. I'm gonna be honest, the entire Darabone thing, or not Darabone, the entire, what was his name? Half-Zordus? That guy was kind of dumb. He will not be getting a remake. He was cool for the time, but he just wasn't even a real Transformer. And I kind of just wrote a story around a dumb thing I built. But I think the rest of the characters were quite cool. He doesn't have a name, but I built a human companion. You still can't ride him, however. And Lucario. Anyway, we can take one. Kind of looked at everything about Axcel. So I guess we can just transform him. First of all, you're just going to stand him up like this. We'll start by swinging this around, and then swinging this around. I like his color scheme, the blue, yellow, and gold, even though he has a lot of gray in him. Looks quite good. Anyway, come down to these wheels, which will become the legs. Fold them out on these ball joints. And then, kind of cool transformation here, where this folds down and then connects with that, just kind of forms the hips. With then the wheels themselves being the legs, or the feet. That looks quite good. and then just come down up to the top. Kind of stiff. Gotta split it like so, and just fold his arms down. My favorite part might be this. Come to this, which will become the head. You pull it up on that rod, and then you twist it around again, and then just push it down. And then you can fold down the handlebar and fold up the back seat as the chest. You can pull out this pin if you want him to have like blade arms, but I'm just gonna leave it because that's part forming. I actually got this piece with the Optimus Prime. It was an extra piece from his blaster, so, but it makes him more secure. And overall, that's it. Here we have Axcel. Let's get some quick size comparison in. Minifigure, Lucario, official Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, way out of scale, and Optimus Prime. Cool, that seems like a good thing for you to do right now. Overall, I think he looks quite good as my first custom. It's like technically a remake of my first custom, but I like him. I think he's cool. I imagine for weapons, these are like arm blades, which, like, I imagine he could like throw them like Tron, break his hand off. Just meant to take the wheel off. I imagine he could throw them like Tron, or just they like turn to razors and he cuts through with them. With his wheel feet too, he could also, I prefer to do it like so. He could like roll around, so it's like he's still, I don't know what that is, but yeah, where you can still roll around. I imagine his main thing is speed, because he's a motorcycle, but yeah, he's fast. Finally, for weapons, he has his arm blades, of course. He also has just this giant blaster. It has these hinge pieces in it. I don't know why, I just thought it looked kind of cool. It's like he could reload it if he needed to. I don't know what this would fire though that would need a reloading chamber like that. A bit oversized, honestly. I may build him a smaller blaster, but I didn't really have any ideas. This one, or Optimus's, at least I was able to go off real design. I built him this one, you just can't hold it. And then I also built him like a lance. I don't know. The original version had a sword, or like a I don't know. He had like a bat thing. This one has a sword. I might build him another Energon bat, just because I think that works better than a lance anyway. But, of course, that's about it for right now. But, as I said, we'd end off this video by talking. Is this the end of pop culture entertainment? Yes. It is. You might have noticed this video was completely LEGO Transformers based. That is not an accident. I feel like when I started this channel off, I wanted to do a bit of everything, and that was kind of dumb of me. And I thought about it over these few months I've been away. What is it that I want to do? Not what's getting views. What is it that I want to do? And I decided I want to do LEGO Transformers full time. That is it for YouTube. I'm still going to use this channel because it has a lot of subscribers, but it will be going through a rebrand. As what? I am not quite sure. Find something Transformers related. I do not want to keep it as pop culture entertainment because that name feels misleading, and I want people to see me and say, hey, that dude makes friggin' LEGO Transformers. I don't have any ideas. I will take name ideas. If you're not a fan of my LEGO Transformers content, I'm not going to mind if you unsubscribe or stay around and just don't watch. I don't care. But I will not be making Pokemon team videos, or I don't even remember what videos I've made. It kind of feels like it's just been these two over the past few months. But I'm a LEGO Transformers YouTuber now, guys. I'm not going to be doing much else. I'm sorry, but that's just what I've decided on. I think to end this off, we'll just get a final group shot. I'll probably change my profile pic to Axcel, but I'm gonna have to take a high quality photo. And I'll probably do that soon and then think of name changes. But overall, let's get a group shot real quick. Boom. There we go, guys. This is like the pop culture Avengers, I guess. I feel like you guys will definitely be seeing more of the Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Axcel around. Batman will probably stay around for size comparison, and I think Lucario, Togetic, and Dragonite will as well. But those will just be references to a older time. Let me just end this off, I know this has been a long video already, by saying thank you for the years. I'm gonna miss some of my other content. I'm just not into it. This is really the end of pop culture entertainment, guys. I'm starting a new online identity. I don't really know what else to say, however, besides thank you. Everyone who subscribed, thank you. Everyone who comments, thank you. Everyone who's supported me over the years, thanks a lot. Wow. For the final time, I guess, this has been Pop Culture Entertainment, signing off.
I think we all know there's only one way to end pop culture entertainment.